It's time where you planted now comes alive.
Hello, greetings and welcome. I am Dr. Dominique Douglas Hendricks, better known as Dr. DDH, and I am super excited that you have decided to join me in continuing this walk and journey. Listen, if you're new, by all means, feel free to pause the video, hop into the description section, populate those links to the website, social media, past postings, and even the welcome message. That way you can learn a little bit more about Dr. DDH and that much more about the organization and ministry of Divine Birthing. We encourage you to download the Divine Birthing app, in which you can get all of the wonderful information and news about what's happening. Welcome and join into the network and community of others, particularly women, ministry leaders, artists and entrepreneur and creative leaders who know that they have a vision that needs to be birthed out in this season. So we encourage you to download the app, okay? In that app in particular, if you've already been in it, you know that for the month of March, our overarching theme is chosen, and our anchor scripture is Luke 1:30-31. So again, hop over to the app so you can get all of those details and information, and feel free to shop some merch and journals and other things that are readily available to you. Let's hop into this week's teaching. Week's 1 teaching for the month of March 2026 is chosen before confirmation. Chosen before confirmation. Now we have 2 scriptures that we'll look at for this week, and the first is Jeremiah 1:5, and it reads, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and before you were born, I consecrated you. I have appointed you as a prophet to the nations." Now, the second scripture is Romans 8:30. "And these whom he predestined, he also called. And these whom he called, he also justified. And these whom he justified, he also glorified." Listen, God's call precedes human confirmation. God's call precedes human confirmation. The reality is, God does not wait for approval. He does not wait for man's approval. When God says a thing, he decrees a thing, and it's already confirmed. So he's not waiting for approval. He's not waiting for applause. He's not waiting for affirmation. Not for his business, not to initiate the purpose he's already placed inside of you before you were in your mother's womb. Divine calling is rooted in eternity, not visibility, and it stands firm even when misunderstood or unrecognized. Now, I know that seems a little contradictory. Something can still stand when it's misunderstood or unrecognized. Yes, when it pertains to the business of our Father, it stands firm. The reality is, the Bible is clear. His ways are greater, his thoughts are higher. So at times, it may not be understood. And at times, it may not be recognized, especially when it's new or out of the norm for what others are typically used to seeing. And that is okay. It is your job during this season to stand firm on what God has said about you, spoken over your life. Let's hop into point number 1. God chooses in eternity, not emergencies. So your calling was decided before your circumstances ever existed. God is not reacting to your situation. Rather, he is fulfilling what he already planned. Point number 2, obedience comes before validation. Confirmation often follows movement, not the other way around. It's often why people are not surprised by a lot of things We can take a natural workforce job. Oftentimes, you're already doing the work. So when that promotion happens, the team isn't often surprised about the promotion. The same is true in the spiritual realm regarding elevation, regarding what it is that God is calling you to do. Okay? Faith requires action even when clarity feels incomplete. In this season pertaining to divine birthing, God is causing you and calling you to activate your faith. Point number 3, waiting seasons refine trust. Waiting seasons refine trust. Delay is not denial, it is development. God uses hidden seasons to deepen your reliance on Him rather than external confirmation. So listen, here is your activation for this week. Write down what God has spoken to you before others agreed and recommit to obeying to that. So you're going to take the time, get your journal out, and you're going to write down what God has spoken to you before others agreed to recommit and obey that. Obey that what the Lord has told you to do, not what everyone else has whispered to you. It's very important in this season that we are keen to hearing the Lord's voice. There's nothing wrong with a network, a community, or godly counsel, but be sure that the voice you are hearing, obeying, responding to, answering to, being obedient to is the voice of the Lord. I wish you so much success this week and reminding yourself that you're chosen and that you were chosen before man's confirmation. So birth that thing out. Have a great week.
It's time where you planted. Now come.